Hey guys, good morning. Rosanne White here. I'm in Huntington Beach, California on this kind of hazy Saturday morning to take you through a PowerStone Adjustable Kettlebell Workout Basics. So if you are a beginner, you've come to the right place. You know, I was looking back through old videos and just about 2 years ago, we had launched the Triform system. So kind of cool that 2 years later, we have a new kettlebell system that is available for you. We just launched it this week. If you caught Amber's launch, you saw all about the PowerStone adjustable kettlebells. And so while I was packing up for Huntington Beach, I had to bring this because I knew I'd have some fun working out with it. So give me a second here. I want to make sure that you guys can see me live and yep, you can hear me perfect. Just want to make sure of all those things so I won't be distracted by technology. But I want to welcome you guys. Now, a couple things to talk about before we start. This is a basics workout, people. Okay, so if you're a kettlebell expert, go for it. However, as a professional for the past 27 years, I always love to kind of revisit basics because you know, we tend to get a little sloppy with form. We find some of the easier, softer way. It seems like our body always wants to find the easier, softer way to do things. But you hear me preach it all the time, and I don't get tired of saying it. Quality over quantity, that means the amount of reps, the range of your movement, the amount of weight that you choose. You know, even when we talk about vibration platforms, I've got the Cosmo here now. I'm going to warm up on it. And same thing with that, you know, start with a little bit of vibration platform time and work your way up. It's just so exciting to come into the Lifepro family and have new tools to help you if you've been sedentary or you're recovering from an injury, you're preparing for a surgery, and you're like, oh man, I don't know, is it too late? Well, it's never too late, you're never too old. And Lifepro has all the tools for you to make this happen. So here's what's gonna happen today. I'm going to be working with the PowerStone Adjustable Kettlebell. This is the one that's 3.5 to 22 pounds. That is sufficient for me. Do I lift heavier kettlebells? Yeah, sometimes I'll do 25, 30, 40, depending on the move. But you know, again, start where you're at. The kettlebell has 7 different settings. And just so to be clear about this, the first setting, the first is 3.5 pounds. It is the kettlebell itself. There are no weights in it. And then you have 6 more adjustments, 7 pounds, 10, 15, 16, 18.5, and 22.5. So you have these adjustments that you can incrementally go up to. So that's just note that maybe today you're gonna start with the kettlebell with very light weight. Once you get more comfortable with it, you're gonna increase your weights and maybe your reps. Secondly, I'm going to start with the CosmoPlate to warm up, and I also have a chair here. Okay, this is going to be a standing workout. Those folks that are not ready to stand on the vibration platform yet, don't worry about it. The rest of this workout, I'm really not going to use the vibration plate, but you can, if you're used to being on it and lifting weights, you know, you're comfortable with balance. So the vibration plate is optional. It enhances what you're already doing. So if you're sitting on the chair, that's absolutely fine because some of these things, the hinges we can work on, and I can start teaching you how to be really strong in your squats because that is a functional move, my friends. We squat down to the toilet, we get off the toilet, we sit in the chair, we come off the chair. And that little bit of range to just when you plop your sweet butt down to when you press up, that's the hardest part for most of us. That's when we start getting assistance. We got to grab onto things. I get it. I see it. But I can remember my mom at the ripe old mid-80s. We went out to dinner one day and she just kind of popped out of her seat. And I was so impressed with her because she was able to do that. You can too. It is not too late, but it's going to take some work and practice to get you strong. Okay. I'm only going to talk for about 2 or 3 more minutes, then we're going to get into the work. I also have you guys, I did 2 years ago, I did a very in-depth basics kettlebell class, if you will, live. I'll put that link in the chat. it goes into a lot more detail. I'm going to keep it hopefully more brief. There are 6 moves that I like to teach everybody to begin with, because these are foundational for life, for kettlebells, for everything. Okay, so let's talk about those. That's the hinge, the squat, the deadlift, the swing, and the clean and press. Those are functional moves. Okay, we can do it with both hands holding the kettlebell. We can do it with one hand holding the kettlebell. You can do it with a dumbbell. You can do it with no weights. You can do it with resistance bands. Okay, you can do these moves, but let's get the form, our body form, in position first, then we add the weight. You know, kettlebells, just a little bit of info on this, because I was just turned on to kettlebells probably in my 50s, late 50s, maybe early 50s. And I kind of always thought, oh man, those are like for like power lifters, blah, blah, blah. Anyhow, kettlebells are the oldest form of fitness equipment in history. They date back to the ancient Greek times, and they held these stones, if you will, and swung them. So now modern day, now we're talking about having all this equipment. Now we have an adjustable kettlebell, so you don't need to have 7 kettlebells on the floor. I love that. Kettlebells offset loading, which helps you to exercise more than your core. It's not just about doing a bicep curl. You're going to do a lot more with your core. And what's kind of interesting, I'm going to make sure I'm going to my lightweight. The kettlebell, this is what I love for you guys, myself, my clients. Unlike a dumbbell weight that you hold, the kettlebell, you have a little more movement and grip because you're doing some swinging with it. The bell because we swing that bell, the wrist and the hands have to do more work. And I don't know about you, but there have been times when I'm like, oh, my grip doesn't feel like it used to. I start doing some kettlebell work, my fingers are going to work more. So if you deal with arthritis, with different kind of hand challenges, you're just not strong, grab a kettlebell, 3.5 pounds, and we start moving it around, and we start changing our where the kettlebell is, and our wrist and our hand has to work, our grip has to work to be able to accommodate this. So we can be efficient, we can be versatile without a lot of equipment. Whereas you need maybe several pairs of dumbbells or kettlebells, this gets the job done with increments of weight. I love it. And then lastly, why I love for you all to do kettlebell training is not only you're going to build muscle and strength like resistance training, it's going to help you develop awareness and good movement skills, functional skills, while you're getting a cardio workout, because as we do swings and squats and deadlifts, we're moving big muscle groups, which means the heart has to work harder to pump blood flow through the body, which means you're going to get stronger. It's just a win-win. I can go on and on, but now I have talked for 10 minutes and that is enough. So let's begin the workout. I'm going to place my kettlebell in right now. I don't need it. Just to make sure it's in alignment. You always check your alignment. The cool thing about this, guys, is if for some reason your kettlebell adjustable gets jammed up, in the user's manual, there is a way to learn how to unstick them, because it happens. If you're not placing it properly in, there's a misalignment and it can get stuck, but that's easy to fix. So it's all the manual. I wanted to do this workout outside to show you the beach and everything, but it's kind of hazy and gray. It's not as pretty. So maybe my next workout, I'll do it later in the day so we can go outside and do a beach workout. Now, I'm on the CosmoPlate. What I love about this is I've got an automatic setting, so when I rock side to side a little bit here, and of course it's not going to do it now that I'm not. There we go. When I rock side to side, it turns on automatically. That's kind of the cool thing about the CosmoPlate, besides the Bluetooth feature, that I don't even need my remote. I have it on auto. It's got an auto program that's going to start shaking things up. Oop, let me get off for just a second here. And it comes with this band. So I'm going to use this band. You don't need to use it, but I want to warm up your body. So I'm going to hold the band. You can hold a towel, okay? Again, you don't need to be on the platform. You could be sitting down. But we're just going to pull. I'm doing little pulls. This is a heavy resistance band, But I want to start feeling my shoulder muscles contracting. I want to feel my abs pulling in. I'm checking my posture, soft knees. Breathing in and out, just kind of giving these little pulls, okay? Then I'm gonna go up a little higher, I'm gonna go a little wider, I'm gonna pull. See, I've got my thumb and my index finger holding the band. I'm not clenching it tight. I'm just freeing my fingers on this. I'm just giving some pulls, then I'm gonna go up a little higher. This is important that you learn how to disengage your neck muscles when your arms go overhead. So if you lift up and you're tight here, I want you to drop. Elevate your shoulder blades and drop them. Inhale, lift them, feel them drop. Because when we start lifting weight, the traps love to help you. And I want the deltoids, your shoulder muscles, to do the work. So we elevate and depress. We inhale and exhale. Now I'm gonna go a little bit wider, okay? And I'm gonna go behind and stretch my chest. You can go as wide as you need to, but I want you to get some movement in your shoulder joint. Breathing in and breathing out. Meanwhile, I'm just shaking away here, getting my ankles, my knees, my hips, my shoulders. And yeah, I have my shoes on. You can do kettlebell training without shoes, totally fine. I decided to keep my shoes on for this. Just a couple more. If you guys have any questions, type them in the chat. I'll try to answer them now, if not now, after the workout. Be happy to help you. And then release. So I just want to do a little bit with the band. Now I'm going to set the band aside. Make sure you have water. And we're just going to cross over. Inhale and exhale. Again, I'm just getting the shoulder joints ready for some of the movements. Then we're going to go into some lower body. Okay, we want to go diagonal. Cross, like you're pulling a band apart. Diagonal moves. Stretching, lats. Inhaling and exhaling. Try to keep your abs in. So I'm not arching, okay? I want to keep the abs tight. I'm just letting my arms move. This is going to be important later on when we swing our bell. One more each way. So my arms feel pretty warmed up, which is good. Now I'm going to sit down on my chair, okay? Now this, everyone, pay attention to this, please, okay? I want to shift. I'll put my hands here. I'm going to get on the edge of the chair. I'm going to lift and lower. Lift and lower. If nothing else, you're like, oh, I don't have a kettlebell yet. Practice this. Put a fist under your chin. So I see a lot of people leading with their chin. I want you to have a fist here so your spine is long. And you're just kind of using a little momentum here. Breathe with this. Exhale. 3, 2, we're going to come all the way up. I got my platform shut off, so I'm going to turn it back on. Shift, shift. There we go. It's so cool. I love this Cosmo. Now, I did those little squats to stands. We're going to almost sit down now. You can put your forearms on your thighs. Let your butt literally hover, okay? Feel what this feels like. This is your hinge. I've got that fist distance. Now, take your arms off and hold it here. Okay, this is gonna be pretty intense. You start burning, I get it. Come up slowly, breathe in, let it flush. Take a breath in, slide your hands down. Feel that seat. You can even put your hand here and feel the seat. Tap it, lift up and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly rise up, okay? So this is a pretty deep squat, right? Let me show you from the side. And why am I spending so much time on this and not talking about kettlebell? Because the hip hinge is critical. Let me say that again. The hip hinge is critical to make sure you have good alignment, okay? The platform's shut off, but I'm not worried about that right now, okay? I'm sitting over, watch my knee toe alignment. Here it is. See that? I want to make sure. There's my hinge, okay? And I rise up. Look where my head is. My head's not here, okay? I'm standing, I'm hinging. Sit back, the chair's there. Trust yourself, chair's there. And come up. You guys practice this. On your platform, off your platform. Get a chair. This is about 2 foot. Look at my hip to knee alignment. Perfect for my length, my femur and my tibia length. Find a chair that works. This is the game changer for all your functional moves, okay? Again, you can start with your hands here. You lean, abs in, chin in, hover. Let me get my platform to start. Come on. It'll shut off automatically too, which is nice. There we go. There we go. Okay. So I tap. Let's go for 10 of these. Tap down, rise up. See where my hands are under my chin so I don't push my chin out? Push the hips back. Kind of scary at first. You feel like, oh my God, can I do this? It's a lot of core, meaning glutes. Inhale, exhale. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so that's my warm-up. Bands, squats. And then I'm gonna come off. Okay, I'm not using the chair anymore. Set that aside. I'm not gonna use the platform for anything else today because it's basics, but I will use it kind of handy for my kettlebell itself. 2 positions, okay? Let's talk about kettlebell hinges. Let me move my... I'm gonna take my base, make sure I'm good here, and I'm gonna come down, okay, and I'll arrange things so I make sure I'm in good alignment here. Okay. So I'm gonna work with the 3.5 pound to start, guys, okay? Let's go alignment. I talk about the diamond, the triangle shape. Triangle, toes to pelvis, kettlebell to toes. There's 2 triangles. Depending on what you're doing, your triangle changes. If I'm doing a hip hinge, my toes are gonna be almost in line with the front of the kettlebell. And my stance, here's my hip sockets. My stance is a little bit wider, okay? I'm not super wide on this. Super wide, look what happens. I kind of bring my pelvis naturally dumps. So I want to be where I'm kind of my athletic stance, okay? The hip hinge, think about it. You sit back, you sit back, you sit back, okay? You're gonna hold it, you're gonna lock in your shoulders and come up. So this is just my hip hinge. Okay, I'm gonna come up and down. Get used to this. Now I wanna show you something else. I'm not here. I want to pull apart, so I'm kind of pulling out to open up my chest, okay? So I'm gonna lock in, I'm gonna come up, I'm gonna come down. This is my hip hinge, guys. I want to sit back as much as I can, okay? And come up. Okay, so hip hinging, I come up. Now, when I go into my squats or my swings, my diamond shape is much bigger, or my triangle shape is much bigger, and I'm further away. So, I'm gonna lock in place. I got my kettlebell lifted, I lock in place. I come back, okay, and I come up. I squat back and up. There's my swing. Glute. Now I'm not swinging my arm. I'm just letting the bell, I receive the bell and I thrust. Receive and thrust. Inhale and exhale. That's my swing. Whew, gets the heart rate going. Okay, so hinge, I'm just hinging and rising. Swing, I'm stepping back, receiving and thrusting. Now, deadlift. There's 2 kinds of deadlifts in the world. There's more of a straight leg deadlift. So I have my kettlebell and I have soft knees and I'm gonna hinge from my hips and then come up. That's my kind of like a straight leg deadlift. I'm not really bending my knees a lot. Okay, I'm just kind of getting flat back. I get more like looking over the Grand Canyon. But then I can go to more of a bent knee hinge. So the deadlift that we just did, the hinge is like a bent knee deadlift. Okay, I called it the hinge, but it's a bent knee deadlift. So know that you have that. Now my squat, I change a little bit. When I pick up my kettlebell, okay, I pick it up, I lock in, I bring it underneath me. I'm gonna bring it up. Once I come up, I'm gonna flip it around, and the bell's up here. Now I sit back and I lift. This is my goblet squat. Okay, I'm holding the bell up. It's at my chest. I can be a little wider here. Goblet squats can go into a press up. Watch this. If you're pressing up straight, look where my ears and my shoulders are. You're using traps. It's not really a benefit. I'd rather you have your elbows soft, bent, and come up here, okay? Especially because this was what happens. If I start doing this, the weight of my kettlebell is gonna go back. You see my bowing back, okay? Or if I'm too tight, I'm gonna be here and be rounded forward. So I wanna make sure I can be here and I don't change my spine angle. Squat and press up, right to about there. I'm not here and I'm not here. I can't emphasize that enough. I see so many unhealthy shoulders because of poor form, trying to go for a range of motion that your shoulder's not ready for, okay? So I've talked about hinge, squat, deadlift, and swing. What else? Oh, clean and press. So the clean and press, this is more about a little bit more challenging. So I've got lightweight. Make sure you're not wearing watches. Let me take my watch off because it could affect your watch. So I'm gonna start with my athletic stance. I do a bicep curl. I turn my wrist and I press. So when I go from a clean, I hinge, I come up right at the belly button, I turn and I press up. I can add a little power to this. So work with me on this. Do it without weight. Okay, we palm facing body. I bring it up. I start turning into a bicep curl, and then I press up. Okay, it looks like this. Come down, press. That's my clean and press. I do that little flip of the wrist. That's why I was talking about wrist flexibility, okay? Let's do the workout. What is my time? Where am I here? Okay, I know I did a little bit of construction here. It's 7:55 here, whatever time your time. Let's begin with the workout. Let me start here. Okay, slingshot. I'm gonna load up. I'll talk form while I'm doing this workout, because now we know some basics. Let's see, where's my arrow? Come on, arrow. I think I'm gonna paint it pink so I can see the arrow. I'm at 10 pounds here. This is sufficient. You can do this on your vibration platen. Soft knees, I'm gonna come around my body. Look what I'm doing here. My knees are bent, my core is in, my chest is lifted. I inhale and exhale. You can do about 10 to 30 of these in one direction. Okay. Hear me breathing? You make sure you are doing the same thing. Okay, then we're gonna hit the brakes and we're gonna go other direction. This is definitely working my stabilizers on a platform. It's gonna be a little more challenging, so know that you don't have to. But you're gonna feel that weight transfer. Let me show you from the front. Oops, watch the couch. Feel your weight even in front foot to back of the foot. Left to right, 5. It's a quick change. I'm getting caught up in the back here. Last one. Okay, so that's a nice, it's called slingshot, nice little core work to do. Narrow your base of support, a little bit more challenging. Now I'm going to go into the kettlebell hinge with single and double. Okay, so I still like my 10 pounds, okay? Toes are in line with the kettlebell. I'm going to come up and I'm going to hinge and down and up and down. Now, when we know this as a single arm deadlift, I can do 2, okay? Hinge, I'm not squatting, I'm hinging. Okay, I'm hinging, not squatting, know that. Okay? Yeah, my knees are bent and they straighten out, but it's a different move. Sitting back. Single arm, you could adjust. Okay, this is gonna prep me for when I start swinging my kettlebell. I alternate left and right, so when the kettlebell's in my left, I'm gonna feel more on the left glute, the right glute, the left. And look at how my arms kind of go back to counter the kettlebell. You can go slower, faster. I'm gonna get a little heart rate up here. Hinging and lifting. Sitting back on your chair. My knee alignment, it shouldn't bother my knees. This is, again, functional movement. One more each way. Really strengthen your back. Again, heart rate, it's up. I'm gonna go from here, let the heart rate come down a little bit. We're gonna go into a kettlebell squat. So, I think I'm gonna go a little heavier on this. I'm warmed up now. Let's go to, 16 pounds, let's do it. Okay, so, once again, I'm going wider. Okay, I'm gonna take my kettlebell, thumbs in, I'm gonna come up, flip it, and now, here we go, down, up. So I keep my chest a little more lifted. I'm not hinged over. I'm gliding down and up. Inhale, and I can press if I want. Belt up. Another option, if you want to go into just tapping down and coming up, that's an option. If you don't like the kettlebell upside down, this will be a little easier. Remember, my elbows are out to the side. I can always add an upright row if I want. A little more shoulders. Squat and up. See how much wider I am in my feet? We'll do 5 more. Abs are pulled in tight every time. And again, here, side, sit down and lift. Last one. Excellent. Stack, rack it up. There we go, grab some water. Heart rate's up. Again, this becomes very aerobic. So to bring my heart rate down, but to continue with the work, I'm gonna go into the halo. I recommend light weight on this. Go back to your 3.5 pounds if you're brand new. Go back into your, maybe not. Go back to your 7 if you want a little bit more. 10 if you're feeling strong in your shoulders. I'm gonna go to 10. Nope, I'm not. I'm picking up, I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm going to 7. Okay, here's my 7 pounds. Halos, love these. Challenging for lack of shoulder mobility. Okay, we're gonna flip it up. Soft knees. Let me bring my camera up just a little bit so you don't get cut out here. Okay. This one I really think is important for everyone's shoulder health. I'm gonna take the kettlebell to my ear, behind me. The bell comes up. I go around. My elbows are always bent. Abs are pulled in. We inhale half the circle. Exhale the other half. Let me again show you the side. Circle around. It's a lot of flexibility, lats and shoulders. Really good core strengthener. You could be sitting on your chair and doing this. Okay, then I'm gonna reverse it, okay, from my chin, side and around. You can go quick on here, okay? If you've got your form down and you're not compromising your low back, breathing in and out. Talk about working biceps, triceps, shoulders, back muscles, spine, everything. Then you put yourself on a vibration platform, holy smokes. Takes you to a whole different dimension. Let's go 3 more. 2 and 1. Okay, awesome. Grab a sip of water. Now we've done slingshots, hinges, squats, and halos. Now we're going to go into the swing, okay? Once again, I want to remind you, now I'll probably say it a lot, but you guys, it's important for me to remind you of all this, okay? Lightweight better. I'll show you, oops, let me bring my camera down so you see, because this is important. Let it focus. There we go. Okay. So here's what's happening. Here's this triangle. Here, 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 and toes, toes, pubic bone. Okay. Upright posture, soft knees. I'm going to come down. I'm going to take my off. I'm going to lock my shoulders. Okay. So I'm taking it. I'm going to lock my shoulders in place. Okay. I want to receive the bell and thrust. Tight glutes. Now I can add on right arm. I'm just going to do my left arm here. Right arm back. 5, 4, thumb down. 3, 2, and I'm going to switch in space. And thrust. Receive and thrust. 5, 4, 3. Now we're going to alternate in space. And reach. 2 more each way. 1 more. Whew. And release. Wow. That one's pretty intense. Again, you want to burn some calories? Whew. Swings are going to do it. I'm going to set this back on its stack. Re-rack it, if you will. Okay, grab water. I've got 1 more exercise. Now, I've got more videos out from the Triform system, kettlebell and core, kettlebell on the plate. And I can share those with you guys in the VIP. Same rules apply, just a different product. If you want anything else, type in the chat, let me know. I check it out and I'll give it, create something for you guys. Okay, my last one's gonna be the clean and press, okay? So I'm at 10 pounds. Again, let's make sure you grab your kettlebell right. Hinge, lock your shoulders in place, rise up. Start everything with good form. Now, I'm in 10 pounds here, okay? I'm gonna come down, I'm gonna flip and press up, okay? Flip it, push. Receive it, press it up. A lot of obliques. It's a real smooth move up. Let's do 3 more on this side. And press it. Last one. And down. Walk it off, let heart rate come down. You know, there's a move called farmer's walks where you can literally take your bell and just walk with it. Take it around the house, walk around the block, but farmer's walk, some people do farmer's walk like this. I'm just kind of wasting time while my heart rate comes down, but that is your farmer's walk or suitcase walk. Okay, Last side, guys, clean and press. Okay, we're gonna come down and set it and flip it up. Let me show you from the side. Push, receive it. Flip the wrist. Last 3. Flip it. 2. And 1. And done. Oh man, such a good way to get your cardio, to get your core. I'm gonna move this whole unit out to the side for a second. Get my vibration platform back and cool down. So again, I have the Cosmo here. Wow. Stepping up. I'm gonna rock a little side to side, and then it turns on automatically. I wonder, my heart rate is definitely a little anaerobic here. Those are powerful moves. Can you do them on the chair, sitting down? Yes. Will it be as powerful cardiovascularly? A little bit, but it's moving your big muscle groups. So from here, we cross over, tuck the chin, look down at the platform where your toes, shake your head. Then bend your elbows, open up wide. Hands behind the head, and then soft knees, gaze up and down. Just relax the shoulders. Let all the muscles cool down in a lengthened position. Do a little side bending. You worked obliques here, so find that length into the obliques. Feel the lats stretch. Oh, that feels so good. Slide down. Let your shoulders jiggle out. You're gonna gaze about 3 feet forward. I'm pushing, instead of sinking into my neck, I'm pushing my forearms down to broaden across the back of my shoulders. Take one more breath. Hands here, tuck your chin, slowly roll on up. Take a big breath in and a long breath out. Let's do a little figure 4 stretch. You can have a seat on your platform for this. I'm gonna sit here, cross ankle over thigh, grab onto your shin, get those muscles. You know, we did a lot of squatting, hinging, so you worked your glutes a lot. You can put your hands behind you and let your hips rock a little side to side. Get into the meaty part of the hip here. Oh, so good. Other side. Make sure you're not dumping. I want you to have a proud chest in this. Come on back in. Other side, crossover. Find your figure 4 move. I don't force this knee down because it will shift your hips. Let this knee be where it needs to be. Actually pull it up toward your body, contract that hip flexor muscle so it relaxes. So rather than pushing down on this to force it and shifting your weight, pull up, squeeze in, and then relax it down. Inhale and exhale. Actually make the muscles of your hip work to strengthen so this opens up rather than trying to force it, okay? It's not gonna really do anything good, honestly. If you're tight in your hip flexor, contract it more. So it fatigues out, then it relaxes and opens, okay? And then again, you can rock side to side and just roll that out. And then let's go ahead and stand up one more time. My platform did shut off. One thing about the automatic feature, it will shut off if you're not on it with heavy weight. Take a big breath in, a long breath out. I want you to stand nice and proud and tall. Push out and down, soft knees here. Feel your abdominals pull in, feel your collarbones lifting, chin in. arms hanging out your side. You're in anatomically perfect posture to start your day, or maybe make a midday break, and just know that you've done something really amazing, working your whole body from top to bottom using the PowerStone Adjustable Kettlebells and your vibration plate. Guys, thank you so much for joining me today. This was a training session, so there was a lot of chatting, but I want you guys that are beginners know that this basic stuff is super important. I hope you have an amazing day. I'm heading off to do a beach walk and Pilates with my husband, and I'll catch up with you next week. Some new products are coming your way, so keep posted all on the VIP page as much as you can, and we'll share the good stuff with you. Have a great day. Bye for now.